Today we're talking about the future of mobile networking.
Kind of.
iOS 13, all the leaks and rumors. Let's get into it.
Before we do, if you guys are new, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn those post notifications on because it really helps us out and it keeps you guys updated on the latest tech rumors and leaks. The first thing, and I think the most predominant thing that people are waiting for, is the dark mode. So we saw dark mode on macOS when it came out, but it hasn't been integrated over to iOS yet. And this is what people are expecting. When you're using your phone at night, you're lying in your bed, I don't know, surfing Instagram or something like that, when you should be sleeping, it's tough on your eyes.
I mean, when you're surfing through Instagram, that's Instagram being all white.
Yeah, but you're switching through, I guess, Instagram and then switching an app and stuff. But yeah, it's easier on your eyes, dark mode. And I think that's a general trend, not just with Apple, but we've seen that with a lot of tech companies. Google offers dark mode.
Samsung
YouTube offers dark mode. Samsung. A lot of companies are going that direction.
iOS 13 will be heavily focused on improving the iPad and making it more of a computer replacement versus just upgrading the iPad.
So do you think that that's Apple's direction and that what they want to go? The iPad is going to be a replacement for some, I wouldn't say computers, but some lower quality laptops.
I think if you're someone who doesn't really need that extra horsepower or video editing, the iPad's going to be the one for you, and Apple wants that. So a couple things that they're going to be doing is, one, they're going to be offering a new mouse support.
That would be pretty cool.
So you can now use a mouse with your iPad on iOS 13.
But like, if you're using it with your finger, would like the mouse track along with your finger?
No, the mouse doesn't move. I mean, if you just move the mouse pad, it's the same thing that people do on touchscreens on computers. You touch the screen wherever you want to go, the mouse cursor stays there, but if you move the trackpad, the mouse cursor will move.
Okay. So right now we have multitasking, and they're planning on improving multitasking, but one of the areas they're going to improve that is multitasking within an app. So if you're on, and I'm not really sure how they're going to do this, but say maybe on YouTube or Mail, for instance. Yeah. If you're writing in Mail, then you're also going to have a function on the side, maybe a previous email or something like that. So they're going to have in-app multitasking, which is, I think, would be pretty beneficial for some people. Yep.
The next thing is a new customizable home screen. We have seen this home screen forever. This has been around since the first iPhone.
Kind of. You know, with slight modifications.
iOS 1. I mean, it's pretty much the exact same. But we're going to be seeing new customizable widgets being added, as well as you can put the apps wherever you want on the home screen, not just where it's like pushed to the top left-hand corner.
So I would say that they are kind of moving in the direction of Android, because Android is heavily customizable. You can put in your own widgets, you can put your apps wherever you want.
Yes.
You can put cool different interfaces and stuff. So that's kind of, I guess, the direction that Apple's going, would you say?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons why Android users like Android, is because you can customize it so much. But now, if you're able to on the iPhone.
Another thing that we are expecting or hoping for is an upgrade or a different design to the volume HUD.
Oh, here we go.
So when you are using your phone and you turn up the volume, it basically, is it going? Yeah, it covers the entire middle of the screen. So if you're doing something or you're watching a movie, it blocks the screen, and that's annoying.
That is terrible.
It's annoying.
So annoying.
For some guy who says he doesn't like the notch, that is bigger than the notch. So that's more annoying.
I mean, I kind of want to see what my volume is when I'm changing it.
Well, so what they're going to do is you're still going to see it, but it's going to be rumored, obviously, to just be on the left panel.
Okay.
Like a slight bar, maybe covering maybe two portions of the apps.
Where the actual volume controls
Somewhere,
are.
yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be less obvious and much more out of the way.
Speaking of iPad iOS improvements, we're going to be seeing a greater output. So you can now output 4K UHD, which is the same that the Apple TV outputs. This way you don't need to buy an Apple TV and an iPad.
So are you going to be streaming Netflix and watching iPad with your whole family watching it?
You probably could. You could.
You could, but nobody would be able to see that.
Well, you'd hook it up to a screen.
Here, guys.
No.
Let's watch a movie.
No, it outputs video to 4K UHD.
So you can put it onto a monitor, is what you're saying.
Yes, you can attach it to your TV.
I'm just playing, I know.
I hope so. On top of that, we're going to be seeing a more desktop-oriented Safari app. This is more professional, people would say. When you use Safari on a desktop, there's more capabilities. Like, you know, on your Mac, when you use Safari, it's a lot different than when you're using it on your phone. So there's going to be the desktop.
It's more tailored to desktop or to Mac OS, is what you're saying.
So it's going to be like all the functionality you get with a normal computer.
Which was, I would say Safari's kind of limited right
Yeah.
now, especially on iOS. So if they improve this, it's going to be a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
With the new Mac OS, a lot of apps that were on iOS were converted over to Mac OS. Not
Yep.
a lot, but some of them, like Stocks, Home, Voice Memos. And we're going to see, hopefully see a lot more of those apps slowly get converted over to Mac OS, with the hope that Apple is trying to make it easier to integrate and to do cross-platform apps between iOS and Mac OS. This will make it much easier for developers to develop apps, not just for one, but for both.
Also, another cool thing we're seeing with iOS 13 is the Mac to iPad functionality. So you can actually now use the iPad as an external display for your Mac. It offers a touchscreen functionality, which is kind of interesting because Mac apps aren't really made for
But would
fingers.
you, so you're saying it'd be like another monitor.
Yes.
Would you want that though? Like you have this big Mac
Yep.
or a laptop or whatever,
Mhm.
and then you have a tiny screen for an iPad.
Depends which iPad you get. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't see any benefit in that.
Or you can hold it right up to your face and use your Mac.
Maybe for the people that have trouble seeing, like they don't need the screen
Man,
this close.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
We're gonna see a lot of new emojis. We're gonna see like a flamingo, an otter, an ice cube, a
An ice
falafel,
cube. The
yeah,
ice
and a
cube would be
bunch of
cool.
other things. These are gonna be updated with iOS 13.
Who'd want to be a flamingo?
Man, they're beautiful animals.
Yeah, but how much does a flamingo's face move?
They just chill all day with their friend. Now we're gonna get into something that we would like to see.
Okay.
So for me, I would like to see better integration with third-party Bluetooth devices.
Okay.
So I don't have the AirPods. I don't want to pay that much money for AirPods. I have some kind of like cheap mechanism where I can make my Apple earphones like a Bluetooth. It takes a long time to connect to them. It doesn't
Yeah.
connect automatically.
Yeah.
I would like to see better integration to that.
Okay. That's an interesting one. You know what I'd say? I'd say just pony up the money there, Nathan. Get them AirPods.
I don't like to spend money on
That's
things
true.
that I don't need.
They are expensive. One really big thing I think a lot of people would want to see, and I want to see, is on the iPhone, especially on the iPhone Max variants, multitasking. You have such a large screen, but you're limited to only using one app at a time, whereas other phones like the Samsung offer multitasking. And I kind of want that.
That could be pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to be able to watch YouTube in like the top corner or top half of my screen and have Instagram going underneath it.
I feel like they wouldn't do it vertical. It wouldn't be a vertical
No.
split. It'd be a horizontal
Yeah.
split. And it'd probably only be 2 apps.
Yes.
So
I mean, that's
messaging
all
and then
you need.
YouTube or
Yeah.
Instagram and
'Cause, like,
messaging or something
when-
like that.
When you're on the YouTube app, the YouTube video in standard mode takes up the top like third of your phone. The bottom half is just wasted.
Yeah, and if you want to do something on your phone while watching YouTube, you have to exit YouTube. And then
Yeah.
the video stops, which is very frustrating.
Yeah.
So multitasking would be a good idea.
Something I'd like to see. Now, last update / confirmation for iOS 13 is that it's going to be released at WWDC in June this year.
The artwork for WWDC is dark. So this kind of goes in line with the iOS dark mode that we were saying earlier.
I don't know why so many people want that.
I think it's beneficial.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
You know what I would say? Pick a darker wallpaper.
Thanks.
Then it's dark.
Thanks, Doc.
Wow, okay. Well, these were all the rumors that we had for iOS 13. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want us to look into anything.
And subscribe if you're new.